Images are an essential part of medical treatment. That's why I want to introduce you to My Medical Images, a revolutionary new way to give you and your doctors immediate access to all of your medical images, instantly available on your phone, your tablet, or your computer.
Very interesting and sounds very appealing.
Wouldn't it be great if you could walk into a doctor's office with all of your medical images on your phone or your tablet and share with the doctor a QR code? And within seconds, that image to be in the doctor's system. We have about 20,000 patient users. We're in 27 countries around the world.
That's fantastic.
Do you like science? Is medicine your passion? Then I think the pitch is for you. My name is Robin Young. I was a medical technology analyst for 30 years. If you've never seen how medical breakthroughs get from the lab to the patient, I think you would be amazed and astonished. For me, it's the most thrilling experience you can imagine. So I invited a group of the most interesting medical breakthrough companies I know to pitch their science, their vision, their passion to 4 really smart and experienced investors, engineers, physicians, and consultants. These companies are small, but they are the real deal. Can you spot a future winner? If you like this video, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Visit me at www.ryortho.com. But most of all, support the entrepreneurs you will meet on The Pitch.
Put the control of personal data back into the hands of patients instead of depending on hospital administrators and antiquated systems like old CDs. So delivering the pitch for this is mymedicalimages.com.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Last year, I suffered a rare type of stroke. I'm lucky to be alive here today. Fortunately, doctors were able to get an image of my brain quickly to make the right diagnosis. Images are an essential part of medical treatment. That's why I want to introduce you to My Medical Images, a revolutionary new way to give you and your doctors immediate access to all of your medical images. Medical images should be as simple to manage and share as your family photos, yet surprisingly, CDs are still the main way to share medical images between doctors and patients. CDs are hard to track down and almost impossible when time is critical. But when you have My Medical Images, you can easily share your images with anyone, anytime. It's essential for treatment options associated with cancer, back and joint pain, women's health, and any medical issue. Once you start using My Medical Images, all of your medical images can be instantly available on your phone, your tablet, or your computer. You can see and share them with anyone, anytime, anywhere in the world. And that's critical, because diagnosis and treatment are often based on images. My Medical Images is ideal for comparisons, second opinions, and treatment options. Having My Medical Images will give you true peace of mind. I know firsthand, having access to images can be the difference between life and death. That's why I'm so grateful to have My Medical Images. The health of you and your loved ones is too important not to have My Medical Images.
Fantastic. We do have Dan Hodgman with us tonight, and I'll turn back to Tony to ask you to start us off with the questions.
Thanks again, Scott. Dan, very interesting and sounds very appealing. Please tell us, how does this business generate revenue?
Oh, great question, and thank you for this opportunity. We're a SaaS-based platform, so we're subscription-based. This is a consumer application, but we have a chicken and egg sort of scenario. We first have spent the last 2 years getting adoption by physicians. We started off focusing primarily on orthopedic physicians, but we've since migrated to other specialties like cardiovascular surgery, neurosurgery, and OBGYN. So you can imagine any medical specialty that has to rely upon medical images for treatment of patients. This is a great application for their use in their clinic, and also an easy way for them to have images shared with them for second opinions or treatment options, God forbid, for chronic disease patients who are looking for additional treatment or second opinions. This facilitates that care, and we think improves the quality of care and better outcomes, and hopefully save lives.
Quickly, how do the images get on someone's iPad or phone?
So great question. All of the medical images today that are taken, whether it be PET scans, x-rays, mammograms, CTs, MRIs, they're all digital. So they start off digital. They're put now onto CDs for the most part. 92% of all medical images are shared on CDs, which is an antiquated technology. We're not trying to replace the CD. We would spend a lot of money and time trying to do that, because there's over 600 different imaging platforms in the market today. And they have all continued to share images on CDs. We will take images from those CDs and import them into our system very easily. We don't run the executable files on the CDs, so we don't run into the situation that most doctors do and patients do when trying to view their images on CDs. We don't run the executable files. We just grab the images. But ideally, that is a necessary evil we have to deal with, is grabbing images off of CDs. We do that very efficiently. But ideally, what we want to do is partner with institutions where these images are originating. And since they are digital, they can be DICOM sent. DICOM is the image file format that these images represent. They can be DICOM sent directly into our application or a patient's account or a doctor's account as easily as those images come off the modalities and go into the PACS. And PACS is an acronym for a digital imaging platform that's used in a hospital or orthopedic or medical specialty practice.
Let's turn to Mike next.
Do you have an existing subscriber base? I noticed on your website, it looks like it's available right now.
It is available. We've, as I may have mentioned, it's a chicken and egg approach. So we've been going primarily after medical specialists, at first focusing on orthopedic practices, orthopedic physicians. That used to be 100% of our user base. Now it represents 50% because, again, we're bringing on OBGYN physicians, neurosurgeons, cardiovascular surgeons. So with our subscription base being primarily focused on revenue from users who are patients, it's free subscription for providers. So we have over 500 practices right now that use our application. But some of the strategic opportunities that we have is going to open that up to literally tens of thousands of users across the spectrum of medical specialties. That's going to result in patient subscriptions from the physicians requesting of patients to use My Medical Images to upload and share images with that particular specialist to facilitate their care.
Do you currently have any patient users?
We do. We have about 20,000 patient users. We're in 27 countries around the world. Direct-to-consumer marketing approach. As you saw in the Montel video, that is a direct-to-consumer video that we produced, and it's ready for production. Ready for direct marketing on national TV. I should share with you my background. In 1999, I started a company called eTrauma, which was a medical software company for orthopedic imaging. We wound up becoming the largest orthopedic imaging vendor in the country. We had 38% market share. We've got a large opportunity to provide 80% of the US population access to means to upload their images within 5 miles of their home. So it's going to give a greater opportunity for a patient, if requested by a doctor or if wishing to share images with a doctor, to be able to go to this partner and to be able to upload their images very easily and quickly to the physician's account. What this does, is interesting to point out, is it creates a free account for the patient if it's requested by a doctor to upload their images. And that then gives the patient a taste and use of our application just for the ability to view those images that were uploaded. They then would be able to decide to pay a full subscription of $29.95 a year for their entire family to keep and maintain a lifetime of their family's images, whether they be X-rays, MRIs, CTs, PET scans, mammograms. Imagine your child who suffered a concussion in a lacrosse game 10 years from now has headaches, and you could go back and very easily retrieve your medical images of that child on your phone or tablet to share with a neurosurgeon.
Audrey, how about you?
So great discussion so far, and a really exciting offering here. You answered a lot of my questions with that last set, but I'll just ask this. For patients who are hesitant to use your service, even if it's free, for their original requesting doctor, what's the reason?
I got to be honest, I don't know that we've had many objections because it's usually at a time of need. So it's need-based, and if it's requested usually from a doctor, it's thought to be something of value.
Great, thanks. In terms of future applications?
And beyond medical images is medical records. We also own the domain mymedicalcharts.com, and that's the evolution of our company.
Great, thank you.
Thank you, Audrey. A number of my questions have been answered as well, and I can think of a number of occasions where I wish that I'd had some of that information here on my phone. But at the same time, I'm scratching my head and hope you can help me understand how, when we go to the doctor now, if they're in that hospital system, whether it's in Manhattan or New Jersey or Pennsylvania, I have found that the data just comes and it's available in that hospital system through DICOM. And as we think about the role that Microsoft and Apple and Cisco are trying to play in information management in healthcare, can you comment on your competitive positioning as opposed to just in the age of expanding EMR, why all hospitals aren't just going to share this data quickly and easily?
The fact that we still share medical images on CDs, and we have smart devices, and we have a digital image that starts off digital and can be communicated electronically to any device with the right software that we think we have. It would have been done. It's not done. It hasn't been done. I don't think it's going to be done by any of the large vendors that are in the space. I don't think the Googles and the Apples, they have a grandiose plan to share medical information with patients or have patients be able to manage their medical information. But I don't think they have the knowledge and know-how and the experience. And it's, like I said, more of a grandiose plan. We have the immediate knowledge, know-how, and the patented application to facilitate it now. And once we get mass adoption, and that's our ambition, is to get ubiquity, right? We want to be the most ubiquitous way in which to share and manage all medical images. And I know this is going to be hard to show, but wouldn't it be great if you could walk into a doctor's office with all of your medical images on your phone or your tablet and share with the doctor a QR code, and within seconds that image to be in the doctor's system, right? So we're not talking necessarily about hospitals where maybe that care starts, but it's going forward where that care is going to end and where it's going to continue, and then years beyond. So imagine if every patient going forward had all of their medical images on their phone or tablet, could walk into a doctor's office instead of with a CD, like I have here, could walk in with their phone and share with the doctor a QR code, and within seconds that doctor's looking at that image, which would bypass then the need for the patient to have to upload the images prior to a visit from a CD on a CD drive. So our ambitions are large. Again, is to have patients controlling. The one constant in medical imaging and in medical space is the patient. It's not the place of care, it's not the physician. And if you can imagine, if you multiply that times 3 or 4, being a family of 3 or 4, now you've got to have to manage images through a portal or on CDs or on paper that might have been shared with you by a medical institution. No one's really pulled together this effort like we have to share medical images.
So thank you for that. Let's now ask the audience what they think. So from what you've heard, and we put up the next poll, is this a winner and a game changer? Does Dan and his team have to go back to the drawing board? Fantastic. Well, it looks like you've got a clear opportunity here to be a winner and future game changer amongst the audience. I'm going to mix it up just a little and not put Tony on the spot first. I'm going to ask Mike, do you have some comment, final guidance, final word?
Well, sure. I think, don't knock CDs too bad. Doctors' offices are still using fax machines.
Audrey?
So thanks for doing something to help make getting medical care and overseeing your own and your family members' medical care easier. It seems like it just keeps getting harder and harder for the most part. So it's good to know that there are people like you thinking about how to make it easier for patients. And it is easy to see the benefit of it over time, including your future plans. So thanks for that. I don't have any other questions.
And lastly, for my friend who's the most sharply dressed individual in the evening.
Well, purple's our favorite color here. My advice here is that I think the most important thing is the ease of getting medical images that are in the doctor's offices and in the ER, the hospital that they're treated, to the device. The easier that is, the better this is going to be. The more difficult that is, the more difficult creating value here is going to be. It's impressive that you have 20,000 users already at $30 a user, 600,000 in revenue with probably a very high margin on a per user basis. So it could be a very successful business if you make it super simple to get the image on the phone at the moment that the image is created electronically.
Yeah, that's a good suggestion to take from Tony. And I'll wrap up by saying, as part of that, and I've been to the website, which is well done, it's not entirely clear who's paying for it. Am I paying for it? Is the doctor paying for it? And how do you get patients, healthy people to think about collecting all that information before they're sick? Because having that information as a baseline, if you come to a doctor, is also very important. And I guess the last thing is to find a way to make sure that that information can be transferred if you don't have your phone. If you don't have your phone, that's the joke about the chip here, like my dog. But if you don't have your phone, if your phone's out of battery, if you're in an accident and you don't have your phone, it's just something to think about. So congratulations. I think you've got a huge opportunity. You've heard from this, and this one has been regarded as a potential game changer. So thank you. Great presentation. If you want to contact Dan and the other members of his team, you can find them with a simple search on your browser, and I'm sure that he'll be responsive to anybody that reaches out. Thank you.